From Michael Bay calling Megan Fox dumb as a rock, to Shonda Rhimes putting an end to one of Katherine Heigl's characters. These are celebrities who tried to ruin other stars' lives. When the first Transformers film came out, most men only had two words in mind. No, not Optimus Prime, Megan Fox. The stunning actress was an instant hit, but little did we know at the time, Michael Bay was trying to ruin Megan Fox's career.
But it wasn't just with that movie, it was with every producer I worked with. So that was it preceded a breaking point for me.
The Transformers director famously had a falling out with the controversial film star right before the shooting of the third installment, Transformers Dark of the Moon. According to Fox, Bay had it out for her and wanted to create an infamous madman's reputation as a filmmaker. She even compared him to Hitler when he was on set. Clearly, the two didn't like working together. Fox said shooting the films was an awful experience and a total nightmare. Upon hearing these comments, Bay didn't hold back and had the crew of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen write an open letter calling Fox is a rock. Hilarious but ice cold at the same time. Several other unkind names, though, weren't so funny and were downright nasty. To make matters worse, Bay tried to sabotage her career by replacing her in the franchise with model Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. Never mind sticks and stones, words can certainly hurt people. And speaking of words causing harm, did you know that Liam Hemsworth considered suing Miley Cyrus over the lyrics in her song Flowers? While the song's all about self-love, the lyrics are directed at her ex-husband. Miley's fans have also pointed out that the golden dress she's wearing in the music video is supposed to be a dig at Jennifer Lawrence and her alleged affair with Liam.
I don't like anything that's fake. You know, everything that I've done in my life, even if it doesn't relate to me now, has been genuine, even if it's for that 1 second. It's genuine at that 1 second.
That's why so many shocking rumors have been circulating the internet, claiming that Liam's preparing to file suit against his ex-wife over the alleged diss track. Yikes! You might be thinking, hey, they're just words, what's the big deal? Well, Liam came this close to losing his contract with Netflix to replace Henry Cavill in the series The Witcher. The song may have been getting a lot of love from Miley's fans, but Liam sure wasn't one of them. If you're about to lose one of the biggest opportunities of your career thanks to a song released by your ex-wife, wouldn't you be mad too? All the negativity surrounding Liam could have cost him a coveted role in a hit Netflix show. Speaking of negative energy, strong feelings can really make you do some crazy stuff. Did you know that Stassi Schroeder tried to sabotage Jack Taylor's modeling career?
Well, I guess you have to wait and watch the show. We can't really give it away.
We were together for 2.5 years, and then as you saw, for people who watched last season, we broke up at the end of the season, but
a year has gone by.
So you never know what's going on.
Jackson Stassi from Vanderpump Rules always had a rocky relationship, but as it turns out, it was a lot worse than we thought it was. Taylor claimed Schroeder was awful to work with and a total nightmare. She not only broke a few of Jax's cell phones, smashed his face with a tennis racket, and keyed his car, but she went one step further and tried to sabotage Taylor's professional career. According to Jax, he once booked a modeling gig for a Carnival Cruise Line commercial, and when Stassi learned that he'd be modeling alongside another woman who was playing his wife, she couldn't handle it and flew into a jealous rage. Stassi allegedly contacted his client and informed him that Taylor wouldn't be involved in the project. The worst part, Jax didn't even know she did that and only found out the next morning in an email from the client. Naturally, he was livid at this spiteful attempt to derail his career, and you might be thinking, who has time for all this manipulative nonsense? Well, even A-list celebrities can sometimes resort to petty tactics and drama. Case in point, Robert Downey Jr. versus Terrence Howard.
It just comes down, it's just a matter of schedule. I mean, you know, when you're in every shot of something, you know what I mean? Well, it's kind of like doing your own show. You know what I mean? It's not like someone saying, hey, no, I'll do the next interview for you, you know.
Did you know that Rob had Terrence fired from the Iron Man sequel? True story. Howard played Colonel James Rhodes in the very first Iron Man movie. But in a surprising admission in 2013, Howard claimed that Rob got him fired.
I still hear a lot of fans asking, am I going to come back and be War Machine? Yeah, am I going to come back and be War Machine? I think they could have a huge franchise off of it, but
so he couldn't make any future Iron Man films. According to Howard, the studio broke its contract with him. When Rob asked for more money, Howard claimed studio execs told him that his character simply wasn't important enough. In an interview, Terrence said, "It turns out that the person that I helped become Iron Man, when it was time to re-up for the second one, took the money that was supposed to go to me and pushed me out." The Gully actor tried to reach out to Rob, but said he ghosted him for 3 months. Ultimately, the Colonel's role wasn't cut out and went to Don Cheadle instead. And Howard isn't the only one who had to give up something he loved. Penthouse magazine founder Bob Guccione made Vanessa Williams give up her Miss America title. At only 20 years old, Williams had achieved a massive milestone, making history as the first black woman to win the prestigious Miss America title. But then, Bob purchased private photos of the young model and allegedly published them without her permission. The backlash to the photos was immense, and chairman of the Miss America pageant, Albert Marks, demanded that she resign within the next 72 hours. Left without a choice, Vanessa complied with the demand, kept her rhinestone crown and the $30,000 she was paid for the racy photos. Despite keeping the cash and the crown, Vanessa ended up losing a whole lot more, including 2 live shows for Bob Hope, a spokesperson gig for Gillette, a singing gig with the Boston Symphony Orchestra, but worst of all, her reputation. It wasn't until years later that she was finally able to get her acting and music career moving forward after the scandal. It's hard building a successful music career, but bringing one down is much easier. Remember the time Katy Perry tried to ruin Taylor Swift's arena tour? The two singers had a very public feud in 2014, with Swift claiming that Perry tried to deliberately sabotage her tour by hiring several backup dancers that Swift planned to take on the road with her. When Swift found out, she wrote Bad Blood, allegedly about Perry. Perry responded with a new track titled Swish Swish, a scathing response to Perry's haters, including Swift. During all this, Swift never confirmed anything about an ongoing feud or the inspiration behind Bad Blood, but Perry didn't hold back. During an appearance on The Late Late Show with James Corden, Katy confirmed that she was beefing with Swift and that it was about backup dancers. The fireworks singer said she tried to talk to Taylor about the incident, but Taylor ignored her and chose to write Bad Blood instead. Clearly, you do not want to mess with Tay-Tay. Another person you don't want to mess with is producer Shonda Rhimes. Did you know that Shonda put an end to Katherine Heigl's storyline on Grey's Anatomy? Heigl was nominated for an Emmy Award for her role as Dr. Stevens in the popular medical drama, but rejected the nomination entirely, claiming that she wasn't given strong enough material that season to warrant a prestigious Emmy nomination. She essentially called her character's storyline lackluster and crapped on the writers. Heigl's comments felt like a huge slap in the face to everyone involved with the show, and it infuriated Shonda. From that moment on, Shonda began the process of writing Dr. Stevens out of the show entirely and made sure the character was MIA for most of season 6, only to return to wrap up her storyline. Despite pleas from fans to bring back the beloved character, Shonda was adamant that her feelings were hurt to the point of no return. Years after the incident took place, Heigl admitted that she probably mishandled the whole situation by ambushing the show's writers with her Emmy withdrawal. You think? Well, as she owned her mistake and hopefully learned from it. So from Shonda Rhimes putting an end to one of Katherine Heigl's characters, to Michael Bay calling Megan Fox dumb as a rock, those were celebrities who tried to ruin other stars' lives.